Single most important skill any entrepreneur can learn is sales. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a coder, you're an engineer, you're a mechanic, you're a beer brew drafts. I don't care what you do. The single most critical skill you will learn as an entrepreneur, and it is 10 times more important than every other skill that comes after it, is sales. So if there's one excuse I never accept from entrepreneurs is I can't sell. Then don't be an entrepreneur. There's many other. Go be an accountant somewhere. Go practice HR. You know, there are companies that have nice long meetings and people sit and they have cookies and biscuits and there's an agenda. Go there.
That's where they belong.
That's where you belong. But in our world, we sell. So
I like that.
So that's the first thing. And the second thing I want to say to your question is, I also hate entrepreneurs that have the idea that they've got to have runway before they start a business. And there's this pervasive culture now in South Africa. You know, people go and create a business plan, and the business plan, I say I need 18 months runway, and I'm going to raise capital, and there's 18 months. Who's runway? Where are you running? On whose money, right? Because somebody has to pay the piper. So you want to start this thing, and you're telling funders, we've got to part with money to fund your dreams? I got my own dreams, player. I'll fund my own dreams.
Yes.
So the single most important skill you'll learn is sales. So what did I do? I sold. I used to do this thing called burn the line. In my business today, the team will tell you, I still tell them, burn the line. You know what that means? It means you pick up the phone, you come up with a telephone directory, and you do not put that thing down until you close a sale.
Wow.
I don't care what you say. What are you selling? HR consulting services? How do you think you're going to do it? Invite people for coffees at Melrose Arch?
Doesn't work.
That won't work.
Yeah.
Run an email shot on MailChimp? That won't work. A clever little campaign on Twitter, Facebook? That will not work. Get on the phone, get a directory, pick up the phone, and dial the fucking number. That's it. It's not. It really is not that complex. Even today, people don't know, guys don't know. Even today, I sell. When the team has the sale they've got to close and they need the big hitter, they pull Vusia. And I will walk in and I will close. That's what I do. Because if you can't bridge that skill as an entrepreneur, everything else you learn is immaterial.
Yeah.
The ability to develop now you guys, I feel like people are just distracted. Because you're designing websites and logos. Let's on. Let's on.
Trying to look pretty online, you know.
Not doing profiles and what are you doing, guys? People are trying to short circuit. Just.
So,
If you're an entrepreneur today and you've been in business for less than 3 years, a task for you when you leave here. When you leave here, designate one day in the week. Designate a morning in that day. You start at 9. You finish at 11. You come up with a cold call list of 200. You know how I know? Because in 2 hours, you'll make 200 phone calls. And here's how the rules work in sales. It's 10 for 1. You make 10 phone calls, you get 4 appointments, 1 sale. But if you don't make the 10 phone calls, the 1 sale doesn't come. When you've done that, and you've got clients, and you're billing, and you're doing work, then you can worry about what's my website look like? What does my brand look like? Putting up an Instagram picture of you in your nice car. And then you can do that stuff. I was the very first speaker in South Africa to what we do call a sole designate, which means I went to all agencies in the country and I said to them, I don't want to work with you. South African market is fairly oligopolistic, so the access to conferencing and client events is controlled by agencies. So going to an agency and telling them you don't want to work with them is suicide. I went to order them and I said, I don't want to work with you. I don't want you to touch my stuff. You don't represent me. Take all my stuff down on your website. The reason I did it was because I understood a very simple fundamental law of marketing, which is he who sells the product controls product placement, positioning, and sentiment. And if they were selling me, they were positioning me next to speakers they had no business positioning me next to.